So the girls are in Barcelona. My ear hurt. Yeah. But yeah, the girls are in Barcelona, and they're about to have breakfast after everything that happened or whatever last week. So, of course, Candy, biscuit body ass, is the first one to walk through the damn door to get her plate. Candy can be late for everything else, but when it comes down to a plate and a cup of juice or whatever it is she gonna drink, that bitch gonna always be on time. I'm not always there when you call, but I'm always on time. She always on time for a piece of food. That bitch always on time. She can be late for everything else but a plate. So when everybody else get there, the conversation is all about Kim and Brielle in that whole video. Now here's my opinion on that. Brielle was dead ass wrong for that. You do not go in a motherfucker house and film shit, whether they got roaches or not. You don't go film this shit and put this shit on Snapchat, and you don't film it anyway. If you know they got roaches, what the fuck you filming it for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that was all the way wrong. Like, bitch, really? And, you know, everybody feels like Sheree should be the one to talk to Kim about the situation. But Sheree don't want to talk to Kim about it. But my thing about it is, Sheree, bitch, you've been getting away with way too much. But I'm going to get into that later on. But it's all the way wrong, and Brielle just need to stay in the motherfucking child place, number one. She just need to, but what does she know about a child place? Because ever since I've known Brielle in this motherfucking show, that bitch has always been in grown folks' business. Always thought she was grown. So, and Kim ain't never been a mother, so what else do we know? I mean, she always grown. I mean, she's always been grown. Like, Kim ain't never been interested in being a mother to her kids. She wants to be a friend to her fucking kids. And that's just what it is. So, I just feel like it was, like, completely, like really wrong. And the fact that Kim took that and sent it to all the women shows you that she was waiting for a fucking moment to do that. So she full of shit, and she shady, and she shysty just as much, just as shysty as them duck lips on the damn face. Too shysty. So Nene was like, I just feel like she filmed me. She filmed my car being parked in the handicap spot and everything months ago. And to top it all off, Brielle going to my house and film water bugs and shit. I just feel like she had that shit ready in case anything went down. Like, she just knew something was going to happen, and just so she can have something over me, she decided to do that. I totally agree with that. Kim is very calculated, and she knew what the fuck she was doing. And you could tell that she's thirsty, because when she came on this motherfucking show this season, all she been doing is creating forced ass drama. Every scene, she coming for Kenya. Every chance she get. And then some of you that watch this show want to comment up under my videos and talking about why we so mad at Kim. Kim ain't telling no lies. Yes, the fuck she is. And on top of that, when have y'all been such big fans of Kim? Is because she coming at Kenya? Because I'm not a Kenya fan myself. Although some of you guys seem to think, oh, now you taking up for Kenya. It's not about me taking up for her. It's not about me being a fan. I call it out as it is. Right is right and wrong is wrong. And Kenya really ain't been wrong that much this season for me to be going in on her. And see, that's the thing I be saying. Let me just rant right quick. Scotty is all good when I say what's popular. But when I really dig into one of your faves, that's when I become biased and deluded in all of these different names. See, everything was cool when I was going in on Kenya every video, and, you know, bigging up Porsha and Phaedra and all of that. But once I saw Porsha and Phaedra for the foolish ass bitches that they really were, oh, okay, Scotty biased. But I call everybody out on this shit. Candy is probably my favorite on this show, and I read her a couple of times this season. But nobody cares about that. When I go in on Porsha, I'm just like the worst vlogger in the world when I go in on Porsha. If I say anything about Porsha that's negative, I'm the worst vlogger in the world. But it's okay if I'm going in on Kenya. It's okay if I'm going in on Candy. Or it's okay if I'm going in on anybody else but Porsha. If I say anything about Porsha, it's a fucking problem. And I'm not here to say what the fuck you want me to say. This vlog here is my opinion. I'm not going to say nothing to satisfy you. I'm not going to say nothing to make you feel good. It's my personal opinion. If I feel like Porsha brings a lot of shit on herself, she does. That's my opinion. So you can get mad about it if you want to, but like I always say, and then you know some people be like, well, if I can't state my opinion and I don't want to watch you or I don't want to comment. If I didn't want you to state your opinion, sweethearts, I wouldn't even have my comment box open. I just have my comments disabled, or I just block you from commenting at all if I care that much about your opinion. You can state your opinion without coming for me. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? And then when I come back in the same manner that you came for me, why are you so rude to your viewers? Bitch, because you're rude to me. Like, you know, I'm not going to let nobody come for me just because, over a reality show. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of y'all really be into it. It's more than, it's just these Porsha fans. Like, everybody was, y'all was living for me when I was Team Porsha, but now that I'm not on her team no more, y'all can't handle it. But whatever. Anyway, so Shamia and Eva, they have a back and forth about Shamia asking about the whole Missy Elliott rumor. Now, let's just be real. Some of y'all saying, I ain't never heard nobody saying that Eva was fucking Missy. Well, I don't know where the fuck you been staying at, but I heard the shit. Okay, I heard it. I fucking heard it. I heard that she was, you know, letting Missy eat that box. I heard it. And like I've been saying on these videos, I do believe that Missy be getting all the hoes. Her and Queen Latifah. I believe it. Just like I thought MC Light was getting all the hoes, but she getting dick now, so I stand corrected. So at the end of the day, I've heard it before. Now, Shamia was a bit messy for asking her that in front of the whole group. But Eva, you just did something similar when you first met Cynthia, bringing up this wheel shit, talking about what the fuck you knew when you didn't even know Cynthia like that. And you brought the mess from the moment you came along. So you can't get mad when a bitch do it to you when you just did it to another bitch. You know what I'm saying? But I do get it. It's not Shamia's place to ask you shit because she don't know you. But it wasn't your place to say shit to Cynthia about Will when she don't know you. So it's tit for fucking tat. You did it to Cynthia, Shamia did it to you. Both of y'all some messy ass helpers, and let's leave it at that. Both of y'all thirsty ass helpers, just leave it at that. Both of y'all want a peach, so let's leave it at that. One of y'all got a confessional, the other one ain't got one. Let's leave it at that. Y'all are one and the same. Two sweet peas in a motherfucking pot. Two bacons for the same damn BLT. Have a seat. So, they get on the bus. And Cynthia is back on her 50 Cent bucket list. And now she wants to kiss the bitch. And her go-to person to kiss is Candy. And I really feel like she really wants to fuck Candy. Like all this shit she done heard about what Candy be doing with the women. I think she's fixated on letting Candy eat a pussy, or her eating Candy pussy, or they bumping cats. One or the other, but she want it. But Candy said she ain't kissing out now another girl in this group. So she want to kiss Sheree. Sheree was like, I'm not going to be Candy's sloppy second, so no. So Porsha decides that she going to kiss Cynthia. The kiss was full of shit. Honestly, I could have given her a better kiss than that. It was horrible. Just like Candy said, girl, you could have gave her a little tongue. You could have did her the same way you did me, child. You could have did that. You know what I'm saying? So, come on now. They get on a go-kart ride, and that shit looks so much fun. I haven't been on a go-kart in so long, and I remember when I was young, they had this little park called the Ice Park, and they had like the go-karts. And when we would go to summer camp every summer, we would go on a field trip to the Ice Park like every fucking summer. And we would go ice skating, or we would just go regular skating, or we would take the little go-karts. And I used to love a fucking go-kart. And for a long time, I've always wanted one because I just think that shit is so fun. A go-kart, I would be riding that shit up and down my block, but you know, next year I'll be 30, so I'm a bit too old for that childish ass shit. But it is fun to do, you know what I'm saying? Just looking at it, made me want to be with their ass. Like, but of course, Porsha then hit somebody, and you know, she don't know, she want to blame the brakes on being faulty. Girl, you just can't drive no fucking go-kart. And honestly, I ain't here to shade Porsha about running to the back of somebody, because I done ran into the back of a couple of people before. Even in a real car, I ran into the back of a whole damn tractor, and the tractor didn't have no damn issue. The car that I was in had a fucking issue. So, child, bye. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but that was funny though. So, they all, after the go-kart ride, they go out to eat. And the conversation about Kim and Brielle comes right back up. And they asked Sheree, are you going to talk to Kim about the whole situation? And she was like, yeah, but I'm not going to talk to her about how she going to how the fuck she raised her daughter, because I don't want nobody telling me how to raise my motherfucking children. But my thing of it, what really irked me was when Marlo came along. So Porsha, are you going to talk to Kim? Because you know you called Kim and told Kim. But see, the thing of it is, why does Porsha need to talk to Kim about anything? Because see, at the end of the day, Porsha and Kim ain't friends. They've taken a liking to each other. They're getting to know each other. They've been hanging out with each other. Yes, but they're not friends. And honestly, it's really none of Porsha's business to go talk to Kim about the problem that Nene got. The only person that need to talk to Kim is motherfucking Nene. Porsha ain't got to talk to nobody. And on top of that, Marlo is really full of it, because it's like this anchor nose ass bitch is trying so hard to get a fucking peach that it don't make no goddamn sense. Why the fuck are you coming for that girl? The girl already answered your question. She's not getting involved in the shit. Porsha don't need to get involved in no more bullshit. So she's doing the right thing by not getting involved in Nene and Kim's shit. But really, to be honest, the person that y'all need to be going after is Sheree, because that bitch been keeping up all the motherfucking shit between Nene and Kim. Why ain't nobody coming for her? Okay, y'all want to come for Porsha simply because of the fact that Porsha is an easy target. Y'all already know that if she get up and beat y'all ass, then she gonna go the fuck home and gonna get fired and ain't coming back next season. So now you want to, you know, pounce on Porsha when Porsha really ain't got a damn thing to do with this. But at the same time, Porsha was right there with Sheree spilling the tea to Kim about what the fuck Nene said. So she ain't totally innocent in the situation. So trust me, I ain't team Porsha, but I'm going to call it out as I need to call it out. And Sheree is the one that been keeping up all that mess between Nene and Kim. So I feel like if y'all want to highlight somebody, y'all need to highlight that bitch with y'all nearest Sharpie, yellow highlighter, Sheree. Highlight that bitch. Why y'all steady highlighting Porsha? I really hate that y'all even got me defending her motherfucking ass, because I really shouldn't be, but the truth is the goddamn truth, and she should not be the one talking to her. If anything, Sheree does. But then Sheree really ain't got to talk to her either, because it's not her fucking fight. Let's keep it real, it's not her fight. Nene need to talk to Kim. So then, when they start talking about the shade and shit like that, you know, they started talking about, well, you know, you shouldn't go in, Marlo, you shouldn't be going to people's houses talking about people's house. I mean, there's a lot of things when I came to your house that I didn't like the welcome mat was too small, and yada, yada, yada. And so she was like, so Porsha started crying and shit. I'm like, bitch, what you crying for, bitch? What is you crying for, bitch? My mother gave me that man, and I'm sorry. I'm just, it's come from a sentimental place. Porsha, girl. Porsha, girl. Why? But she is a Cancer. And they cry at the drop of a dime. My mama is a Cancer. And that's why me and her don't see eye to eye most of the time. Because she's way too emotional for me. I'm an Aquarius and I'm emotionally distant. So, yeah. Anyway. Marlo say, ain't no Matt made you cry because you weren't crying when you lied on Candy. So here we go. Whenever someone gets into it with Porsha, they want to use Candy as leverage. Every time you get into it with Porsha, your go-to line is what you did to Candy. What you did to Candy. When is it going to be what you did to me? What you did to me? Candy ain't you. So why y'all keep bringing it up? Honestly. It's already a sore subject between the two of them. Why bring it up for your own benefit? Why keep bringing it up? It ain't Candy and Porsha's issue ain't got a goddamn thing to do with what the fuck y'all talking about. But of course, Marlo thirsty ass gonna do everything she fucking can to get a peach that she ain't gonna never hold. So at the end of the day, bitch, have a seat. Cause you doing way too much. Why are you attacking her? Why are you coming for her? Why are you bringing up Candy? And like Candy was saying, every time they get into an argument, they bring me up because they know that it gets to Porsha, and Porsha knows that she's wrong. Correct. Porsha does know that she's wrong. But one thing that I do feel like Candy should do at that point is, look, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Don't bring me into this. But she chooses not to say nothing. So at the end of the day, on one hand, I feel like Kandi should speak up and say, y'all need to stop bringing us up. I'm not talking about it, so y'all need to stop talking about it. But on the other hand, it's like, I don't fuck with Porsha, so therefore I'm not gonna say shit about it. She can fend for herself. And I understand it on both ends, to be quite honest. But Porsha starts waving her fan in Marlo's face, and Marlo grab it, and Porsha get up and tell her not to snatch nothing out of hand. But this is very reminiscent to me of Kenya pointing the scepter in Porsha's face, Porsha snatching it, throwing it away, the bullhorn in her face, and Porsha got up and drug her ass across stage. So this is what it reminds me of. So you can't, just like you don't want shit in your face, I'm sure Marlo didn't want that red Bloody Mary fan in her goddamn face. But at the same time, when everything was broken up, Eva said to Marlo, I feel like you're provoking her. Now, I don't want to be the one on the Porsha is a victim train, because I'm not. I'm the last person that's on there. But Marlo was provoking her, in a sense. She kept coming for Porsha. She just kept coming for Porsha, kept coming for Porsha. Just like she kept coming for Kandi all last week. Like, kept coming, like trying to provoke a situation for a bunch of drama. So she was provoking her. But at the same time, Porsha, you doing this. And can't nobody point nothing in my motherfucking face. Nobody. I don't give a fuck who you are. Nobody can put anything in my face. So with that being said, just like I was on your side a couple of years back, 4 years ago, when you drug Kenya across this stage because she kept pointing that shit in your face, I understand why Marlo snatched that fan out of your damn hand, because you were waving it in her face. But that doesn't take away from the fact that Marlo provoked the situation. She made it heated. You were trying to stop having the conversation, and she kept coming for you. So Marlo is wrong on so many levels when it comes down to that. So after everything is over with, Porsha goes to Nene, and she tells Nene that she's going to leave and go home. Nene was like, well, why you want to go home? She feels broken down. She feels like she's reached out to everybody, and she's not getting anything back in return. Like, everybody keeps attacking her. And this is where I go back to my normal fuck Porsha situation. Porsha, you are not a fucking victim. You're not. And before anybody come in my comments, Kandi ain't no victim either. Honestly, nobody on this show is a victim. So y'all can leave this throwing Kandi in my face bullshit right on out your motherfucking lips. Because this ain't about her. This is about Porsha. Porsha, you ain't a victim, okay? I honestly feel like if it wasn't for Phaedra not being there, you wouldn't give a fuck about mending any fucking relationships with any of these women, including Kandi. You wouldn't even be apologizing to her. You think that because you apologize to Kandi, that means things are supposed to go the way that they did in the past between you. Because I'm gonna say this: a lot of your fans always want to dumb down your relationship with Kandi and act like, you know, Phaedra was the only person that was really close to you on this show, and that's not true. Nene was close to Porsha, and so was Kandi. Nene and Kandi always had Porsha back. Later on down the line, Phaedra did. So y'all can miss me with the fuck shit about she was not as close to Kandi as she was to Phaedra. At one point, the three of them were very close. They had their own trio. It's just that Porsha was also close to Nene as well, outside of their little camaraderie that they had. So y'all can miss me with the bullshit, because Kandi always had Porsha back before this. Always had her back. From the very fucking beginning. When she was there for her during her divorce. She was there for her when she wanted to sing. She gave her a damn spot in her play. She donated to her shit for Celebrity Apprentice. She was the main one advocating for Porsha when she was in danger of losing her job from the Housewives of Atlanta. Kandi had her on her Being special, as well as Phaedra and Rashida and Tiny and all of her other real friends. So you cannot tell me that they did not have a real genuine friendship or that they weren't close, because they were close. Even in season 8, during the time where Candy and Phaedra were having their issues. When Cynthia kicked Porsha, Candy was the only one besides Shamia that was out there trying to look out for Porsha during that time, trying to make sure that Porsha was okay when everybody was trying to pull Candy away from Porsha. It was Porsha who decided to get involved in the beef that had nothing to do with her. If you're close friends to Candy and Phaedra, why would you get yourself involved in it? You hopped in it, you jumped on the bandwagon, and you chose a side, and the side that you chose was Phaedra. Fuck Candy and whatever she did for you. Fuck Candy and however she looked out for you. I'm rolling with Phaedra because Phaedra going through a divorce, and she just went through something that I just gone through, so fuck Candy. I'm gonna rock with Phaedra. That's not cool. It ain't right. It ain't cool. It ain't right. It's just not right. I don't like it when people are friends with two people and they just decide, I'm going to pick a side. I'm just going to go over there. I just don't like that. So, for you to do what you did and everybody want to make an excuse, well, Porsha didn't spread the lie. She was only told something by her best friend, so why wouldn't she agree? Why wouldn't she believe it? My thing about it is, okay, Phaedra was her good girlfriend, but at one point Candy was her good girlfriend before she decided to switch over and just throw Candy to the side and be friends with, you know, just be cool with Phaedra and not Candy. Her and Candy were extremely close. So despite the fact that Phaedra was her best friend, she could have given Candy the benefit of the doubt and you know, just because of the friendship that they once had. But I believe some of you guys don't believe in fucking friendship. Because it's a lot of shit that I could say and do towards certain people, and I haven't. Just like with Justin J, we're not friends anymore, but there are things that we shared personally that I would never share in the public. Just due to the respect of the friendship that we once had, or that I thought we once had. I would never bash him with some shit that I know about him personally. Like, if someone told me some shit about him, you know, and people were telling me things about him during the time, you know, well, not people, but like fans and shit like that, they were saying that he was saying shit about me before we even stopped being friends, and I didn't believe them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I know him, we're friends, so why wouldn't I believe him over them? I don't even know these people, so why wouldn't I take, you know, because I'm loyal to a fault. So I wouldn't, but you know, that's how I take it. Like, that's how I feel like it should have been. Like, you know, you chose Phaedra's side, okay, cool, but you and Candy were close. And honestly, I just don't feel, if somebody told me that, okay, somebody said JJ was trying to drug you and rape you, I wouldn't believe that he would do that to me. Off the strength that we used to be friends, I don't think that he would do that to me. At least, I don't believe that he would do that to me. That's what I would think. So, you know, whatever. So, I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I just felt like Porsha could have just given Candy the benefit of the doubt. And that's why she's in the predicament that she's in. And for her to say, I just feel broke down. A lot of shit you bring on yourself, because when you were with Phaedra, when y'all became really close like that, you were mean-spirited. You didn't give a damn what you put out there. You really did. So, it's hard for me to feel sorry for you in regards to certain situations. Now, sometimes these women do use your situation with Candy as leverage against you to make you feel like shit. They do. I agree with you on that. They do. But you got to take accountability for your actions. That's just that. You apologize to Candy, cool. But she ain't got to forgive you. Y'all ain't going to never be friends like that anymore. That's just the way it is. Just like the situation I just brought up. We will never be friends like that or ever again. So, it's just certain situations where it's a dead issue. That's just what it is. Just let it go. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. So, with that being said, that's my review on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All my social media is at the bottom, and stick around because I'll be back later tonight with Love and Hip Hop. Y'all got me working, and I just got back home from Atlanta, and I'm out of here, you guys. Peace.